Hello to another part of Grind Session. This time we're doing the last 3 levels. Well, I mean the last 2 levels in the fucking contest. This time we're doing PlayStation Park London. And we're doing it with Ed Templeton, who people know, but I don't. 25 give or take, he's a bit of a goofy kind of guy. Got his trucker hat there. Any villains? Closed minds. And he tries to be his own hero. Neat. He's with G-Shock and Toy Machine and America Shoes, that's neat. He's into doing an impossible to frontside crooks to a 270 rodeo saw. And his advice is get a mesh trucker hat and do frontside feebles. He's a basic man. He got a trucker hat, does frontside feebles, that's thing. He also has these kinds of fucking boards, which that one's my favorite. These are neat, but this one right here, that's my favorite. This little fucking monster thing that's different color. Also the Wilson in the pic because it kind of glitched up on loading that up. But there you go. We're doing the PlayStation fucking park, which obviously exists. And it actually kind of does exist, apparently. And we are going to be... Oh, God. We'll be doing some annoying fucking lines, as well as try to get used to this shit. So, first things first, this fucking line right here of this jump. I need the extra speed from doing that in order to make it. If I go normal speed, I can't make the blind fair line. It's actually impossible otherwise. It is that fucking bad. Once you got that out of the way, though, everything else is bit more easier. Like for instance, you got this grind thing here where you have to grind at the very end in order to actually make this spot. Otherwise, you just kind of fall down. Now you can sleep. And then there's this grind here. You can break these kickers, and if you break them, the line's been impossible for you to reach. So that's fun. And yeah, I'm trying to make big combos here because I'm a big combo man. Look at that. I just fucking destroyed the high score already. 70,000 in like, what? 3 combos? Like, actually 2 actual combos and the rest is a whole bunch of just little tricks. Also, I just did 2 lines there, so that's neat. I could have shown you the other name of the line, but it only shows the one. So... But yeah, you can combo lines if you want. It is possible, and it does help. It's just that you actually need to make sure that the lines you are comboing, you can actually get them in a combo, which there aren't many you can do that for. And we have 2 minutes to just fuck around and get score. No joke. This isn't that hard. Once you know how to deal with these lines, and when you do deal with the lines, you can literally get 2 extra minutes of just fucking around to do all sorts of shit. And I mean, what I would have liked is if there was a way to just end the run here and move on. Because then this would be a very, very short level, and I can just not bother anymore. However, there is no option for you to just end the run and keep your progress. If you quit the level, it doesn't save your progress. You have to wait for the timer to finish. Which is fucking annoying. But if you really want to get like a big fucking score, you can. Which I do. The biggest problem, obviously, is that when you get big scores, you get extra time. And you just kind of want the timer to just run out while you're doing this. You don't want to be here for like fucking hours or whatever. You actually want to complete the level and not stall. So getting these extra 3 seconds, it might not seem like much, but it's actually just not something I want. It just makes this fucking tedious. Because I've already done everything. I don't want to be here anymore. I just want to go and check out the next level, or do the photo shoot or whatever. I don't want to just, you know, continue getting more points when I've already destroyed the leaderboard and nobody else is going to even bother to get bigger than this unless you're one of those guys that goes on Fug Pro and tries to get like 100 million points in like one level or whatever. Because you're fucking, you take too much time out of your day to do that. Also, you might notice that the score looks a bit weird. I am showing that it is 70,000, but yeah, what happened was my footage corrupted. Yes, my footage actually got corrupted, and I had to redo all this shit again. I had save states. I saved over all of them. Yeah, it sucks. And not only that, I indeed had to fucking go ahead and I had to take off my memory card and use a different memory card for this shit. So, I had to do all sorts of shit to fix this. Anyway, Detroit. I mean, Pleasure Park, you know, that was alright. We got Pigpen here, who has now become a bit of a tattoo artist. He's not really a skater much anymore. He is with Vance at the time of this game, and he doesn't like the government. He's a badass. He's a fucking bad dude. He's basically fucking the kind of guy that would beat the shit out of you, I guess. Yeah, he likes it fast, sloppy, dirty, and sketchy. And he has no advice. He just says, skate like yourself. Which, I mean, that's actually pretty neat. You know, I agree with that. Be your fucking self with your own skills and shit. I don't take the advice of anybody else. Anyway, I had to pick really hard for this one because there were some good decks here, but I had to choose the Devil Head here so that the wheels don't cover up the fucking art. And, yeah, now it's time for Detroit, which a lot of people say this is the hardest level of the game. I don't disagree. Here's the thing with Detroit. It is annoying, and it's also weird. First of all, I try to get some big fucking combos here, which I nail. Look at that. 50,000 in one combo. That's pretty neat. I have been able to get 80,000 in one combo, but that was a fucking fail attempt from my old recording that is now fucking corrupted. So nobody gets to see it. Fuck. But here's another thing that's weird. In order to do this one red line grind here, if you were to just do it normally, you would grind off to the left and just grind off the thing without actually doing it. You're supposed to hit that fucking pipe to make the fire happen, and then that somehow triggers it so that the game lets you go the opposite direction when you go for that grind so that you can do the fucking line. I don't know why it's like that. I don't know why it's programmed to act that way, because every time I don't hit that pipe, I always grind right off of it. But if I do hit the pipe, it's always taking me to the very right to complete the fucking line. I don't know what the fuck, but there you go. And yeah, this is the line I usually take. If you don't fuck up, then you'll be able to get this with at least 20 extra seconds. Yeah, the timing here is the strictest. It is the hardest level of the entire game, and the timing with the fucking clock you got here as well as the bonuses you get, it's very fucking strict because you have a lot of long grinds. A lot of long lines, and it is pretty tedious. Not only that, but you also have to get all these pipes, which does waste time because you basically have to go back and forth for some of these. It's just a bastard, really. And also, the best way of getting all this shit is to, afterwards, go here, do this grind for this, which activates this little lid here, which lets you go into these bowls. You use the bowls to grind up onto some railing here, get the line there, and then you go all the way around, get the one line over there, then come back, get the pipe, do not fall off, and then fall down, try to hit the pipe on the way down from over the railing, and then take care of the last two lines and you're done. And you should have at least 20 to 30 seconds remaining if you do it just right. And then you have all that time to basically get whatever. Now, if you want, you can try to get the fuck out of this area, but it will require you to actually go back the way you just came in if you're doing it the way I did there. Because if you were to try and get out from that window there, you can't. And, yeah, I would recommend you get that pipe before you come to this area that is by that window. Because if you don't, you will not be able to grab it. Because it's so far away that it's impossible to do so. So, yeah, there you go. And that's it. That was Detroit. It's not that easy to get score here either because you have so little time to get score. So, me getting that 100,000, yeah. And by the way, my goal is to get all 100,000 in the high scores. Now, when you do the picture here, the photo shoot, you might be thinking, well, I'm going to get a nice little pro photo from doing this. Not really. You don't get photo shoots on every one of these photo shoots. Every time you do these, you don't always get like a picture. In fact, at this point, every time you do Detroit's photo shoots, and you've done all the other ones, you will always get what you'll see very soon. Every time you do it. You get a board. No new powers, but looks kind of cool. You always get a new board design, which you can only use in free play or whatever. So now we have Big Pen's little fucking thing there of the skull. That's not all, though. I've done all the fucking skaters. So here are all of their boards from doing their pictures. And I mean, some of these are actually pretty neat, like that one right there, and some of them are just kind of meh. Ultimately, though, very nice ship. But the best part is that the creative skaters get 2 boards, which the second board is always shown like this. And yeah, that's a fucking dirty one with black flag stickers and all there, so I can see what fans they're of. And now it's time for Huntington, the final competition, which is the second one. We're doing this as John Cardiel. His villains is drugs, and his hero is Bruce Lee. And his blood type is green ectoplasm, so he's a goofy motherfucker. And yeah, he's into vans. That's his thing. That's about it. I was also an anti-hero, Skatebird. So there's that too. Also independent as well. And he's a bit of a sketchy kind of guy of his style. But his advice, go fast, be 100% committed to whatever trick or maneuver you're trying. Words to fucking live by if you're doing skating for real. Always be committed to whatever trick or line or whatever you're fucking going for. Always be committed. Do not fucking give up on it. Even if you break your fucking balls like that one kid did, don't give up. And yeah, his boards are just kind of meh. Or a bunch of anti-hero stuff. I like this one, though. I like this fucking cow head thing, though. The bull head. Very nice. And now it's time for the Vans Triple Crown of Skateboarding. This was an actual thing. And I don't mind it. I thought it was a neat little contest for skating. But ultimately, in this game, it's kind of meh. But it is full of Vans. And to start off, we want to get this line right here. Because I'm going to go ahead and get all the lines while getting the score. It's not that hard, honestly. And I do want the time. Because, trust me, it does help. And the lines here are actually not even that hard. I mean, some of them are, like that first line I did. And trying to get up to one other line. But otherwise, they're not difficult in the slightest. A lot of these are very basic. Also, this line right here, we have to do like a very quick transfer and grinds for the 6. Which I got as my 6th line. I didn't even plan for that. That was perfect. Anyway, these barrels here, which are full of Mountain Dew apparently, because they have the logos on them. Yeah, I also have to grab them as well. They're a bit annoying to get. And they do give you 1,000 points for some reason. At least that's what I've been seeing. Like, have a look. Yeah, see, 1,000 points. So, not needed, but you can get an easy 10,000 points a million from hitting these fucking things. And I mean, that yellow line, the first one, was harder than that. And that's a hard line, according to this game. This game has been really fucking weird with its lines and its difficulty for said lines. When there have been harder lines that are considered easy or medium, and some of the hard lines are just like, they should be blue. They should be fucking easy, or medium, yellow. Like, they're not difficult. It's kind of weird. And by the way, this area right here is where we're going to do the vert thing. Notice that there are 2 lines here and 2 barrels here. And notice that this thing happens, where I have to make this big jump and do a little trick on this railing here to get this nice little line. High roller. And that's it. That is every line in the game. I have shown you everything now. I'm not joking. There are no more lines in the entire game. There are no more barrels or whatever you have to break in the entire game. Now it's just going to be collectibles for something that'll be done next time in the final part. Yeah, the next part's the final part. There's not much left. And just skating around, honestly. There's really not that much to get now. It's just all about getting the score. And yes, I do aim for the 100,000, which, in all honesty, I consider it to be the million in this game. Because trying to get big scores here is extremely fucking difficult. You can, I repeat, you can manage to get some huge combos, 100,000 combos, if you really get good at the balancing of this fucked game. And you have a really good line to go for, a really good fucking, like, you're going around a loop on a bowl or whatever with the grinding. But otherwise, trying to get 1,000,000 points straight, you might be able to pull it off. It takes a lot of time, and it's a pain in the ass. And also, that is the base. You have to get 110,000 points. That is the highest score that you have to beat in the entire game. That's why I consider it to be, like, I get rid of 1-0 on all of these scores. That's how I think it works, in my opinion. Because 100,000 in this game really does feel like fucking 1,000,000. And also, yes, you can do the lines in the vert here, and you can get an additional 15 seconds because of it. And getting big scores also gives you an additional few seconds as well. Because in this vert, you can grind, which means you can keep a combo going, which means that you can literally make this go longer if you want, and you can break this fucking bit so easily. I actually showcase just how much you can break the fucking game, and the way you get scores and shit. If you really want to get 1,000,000 points in this, the vert bit, you better save about an hour or 2 of your time. Because when I show you this, it is stupid. You can do it 2 ways. You can use this bowl, and if you're very good at not fucking up, you can get like 10 seconds every time if you get some really good fucking combos and you're good enough to keep the balance going. But otherwise, if you do the following, you will never run out of time. Keep doing this shit, and then land to the right. Then hit the wall, and then keep grinding. Do it again for the other side. Keep doing this loop until you're good enough to score. This is how you break the fucking game. Yeah. So, how many of you actually like this game? Because this is fucking dumb. But this is the most abuseful thing. I had to stop. I had to stop before I went crazy. I even beat my own high score by doing that. That is how fucking broken that is. You get 10,000 every time. Every fucking time. You get 3 extra seconds. That's enough for you to go back to the grind and do it again and again and again. It's so fucking dumb. And that's it. Also, I'm going for a wall. I get my last thing, and I've beaten the game. I got a key to the dream house, and believe it or not, your reward is a fucking video, which I'm going to show you a few seconds of, because it has no audio, because I turned off the audio in the game, which means there's no audio in the video. I don't get a copyright strike. And you get this animation, where we're being driven by a limo all the way to, you guessed it, the dream house. Look at that fucking thing. That is a nice fucking house. It's not real, because it's called the dream house. There wouldn't be a mansion like this in real life. But, there you go. Got all your shit here. You now live here. Congratulations, this is now your home. Because this is what all skaters have. They have fucking mansions of live to skate, skate to live on the fucking walls. And there you go. And so we can now skate around in these places, but you need to get more rooms in them, which is why we need to get these keys. You have to do them all in the one go to get the keys, like I have done. And I have all the keys, so I've unlocked all the rooms. And we'll be going through every single one of them in the dream house in the final part, which is next time. But right now, we're doing this. Now, we have gotten all the boards, and we have gotten all the photos. So what is our reward for doing this final photo shoot in the Vans fucking contest? Well, we actually get a secret skater. Something this man was not meant to know. And his secret skater, Cardills, Demon, we have Satan. And that's not all. We have some other people to go with that. For instance, we have Golgotha. This from the Created Skater. Looks badass. Stinger from the other Created Skater. Looks pretty cool. We also have Skator, a robot who kills people, I'm guessing. Rex, a monster from jail, I'm guessing, who is pretty neat. A stick figure. Yes. Stanley, who is an alien. Of course, gotta have fucking aliens that skate here. And Dave Carney. A dude in a fucking suit. A skin suit. It's weird. Anyway, next time on the final part, we're completing the game entirely by doing the dream houses and all the other bonus shit. I will see you next time for the end of this fucking quick play. See you then.